Am I starting right now?
Yep, and I'm ready. Fred, you ready?
Rolling.
Great. And Jess, you ready? Kim?
You are different. Why? Because you are certainly shrewd enough to be a politician of a different manner. You're certainly smart enough and have been here enough moons to know how to properly take advantage of the political system.
Let's back it up.
But why?
Yeah, I am different.
Why?
Because I never got into politics. See, a lot of people get into politics and they say, okay, I'm 24 now. Where will I be when I'm 30?
Yeah.
Maybe by the time I'm 54, I can run for president of the United States. They got it all calculated.
Gotcha.
All right. I ran for office the first time in my life for the United States Senate in the state of Vermont. Do you know what percentage of the vote I got, Mike? Take a wild and crazy guess.
15, 20?
2%.
I was really going to guess that.
All right, now, would I be a smart politician to run on a third party, not the Democratic Party, not the Republican Party, running on a small third party, talking about, in those days, social and economic justice and the war in Vietnam, all right? So I was a different type of politician. Then I ran a year later. You know what I got? 1% of the vote. I was going in the wrong direction, all right. So I think it's fair to say that my political career is different than anybody else's. Because I didn't get into politics to figure out how I could become president or a senator. I got into politics because I give a damn, all right? Because I do think it is an outrage that we have people sleeping out on the streets in this country, that 51% of young African-American kids are unemployed or underemployed, that millions of people don't have any health insurance. That's what I feel in my gut. And that's what I'm fighting to change. Is that a good answer?
That is a good answer. That's an answer that I think people need to hear. I trust old people. I'm gonna be very frank. Not all old people.
Well, I'll talk to some old people. I myself, as a young person, I respect old people myself.
I say that because my grandparents raised me. I was raised by people who were born in 1922 and 1932. And their relationship to government, it was radically different than young people.
Absolutely.
You know, their relationship to government was one that was always fluid. They understood that change would come. They understood that you weren't always going to be happy, but their thoughts and concerns were bigger than their individual needs at every given hour. And it seems that in my lifetime, I'm an old man by my sport. I rap. 40 years old is an old age in rap. Luckily, I'm still relevant for whatever reason, but I've been around long enough to see this country be a very, very selfish country. Very, very selfish. I saw steel leave, the industry leave in the 80s. I saw arts and trades get pulled out of public schools. So we have children that are not only not graduating and going to college, but kids who are graduating and don't know how to build a wall. Kids who used to do auto body mechanics and auto repair and aviation. We lost a whole brain trust of service and, of people simply before our own greed.
And not to mention that we have more people in jail.
Exactly. I was going to get to that.
Okay.
So I want to talk about that. But have you in your 74 years in this great country seen Americans become more immature, more money consumed, more greedy, more self-absorbed? And is this taking us in a direction where we're destroying the democracy or the republic that we want everyone else to emulate?
Hey, you've said a mouthful. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. And the answer is yes. But I wouldn't say it's all Americans. I would say we have a culture now. Look, in America, in the world, there's always been rich and poor, right?
Yeah.
It's always been boss and worker.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, there was some kind of social contract that said, I own the company, I'm making money, I'm gonna share it with you.
Yeah.
Right? I make more than you do, but you're gonna get something.
Yeah.
What you got right now, this is the culture. I own a company, I'm making money. I can make more money by going to China.
Yeah.
Throw you and your family and everybody else who works for me out on the street. I don't give a bloody damn.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter to me. I can avoid paying taxes by putting my money in the Cayman Islands and not pay a nickel in federal taxes. All right? I don't care that we have a deficit. I don't care that we need decent revenue coming in. I can avoid paying taxes. I have no responsibility to anybody else other than myself. Is this what's going on the top? Absolutely. You saw the whole Wall Street business. Their greed and illegal behavior helped destroy the country. Do you think they gave a damn? Do you think they stayed up nights worrying about it? No. So what you got on top is incredible greed. I don't think it's pervasive. I don't think everybody in America is like that.
Yeah.
But that's the culture of the people on top. Greed is their mantra. It's what they believe, and we got to change that.
But it seems to be like what the former middle class is worshiping now. Like when you look at television, I hate the name. Well, you look at Fox, you look at CNN, you look at MSNBC, because a lot of times I don't even see the difference between newscasters. But it seems that people are voting against their own best interests. Yes. When people vote against your socialist rhetoric, they say, they're like the people that commented on my Instagram, for instance, when I said I was going to be at your rally today and we're going to have this conversation. They're going to lead us to socialism, communism, Mike. And I'm thinking to myself, but you're a former veteran who doesn't get the proper medical benefits that you deserve through the VA. You're a former veteran who doesn't own a home because you don't have the proper incentive. The government and banks don't have the incentive to make you a homeowner like post-World War II if you were a white veteran. It was different from black veterans. But you don't have the basic rights that he's trying to give you, but we have such a worship or a theory that I'm going to be a millionaire one day. What if that one day never comes? What looks after you then?
Now, that one day is not going to come for the vast majority of the people.
So,
some people do. But the two questions, even if it does come, is that what you think society should be about? Would you rather live in a community where everybody was doing pretty well, rather than a community where you have people out on the streets and some people making billions?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So that's the main point. Second of all, I think that in terms of our campaign, we started. If I were to be here in Atlanta 7 months ago, I would say that 80-90% of the people in Georgia did not have a clue as to who Bernie Sanders was. So I'm feeling pretty good about our campaign. We have made a lot of progress. We still have a long way to go. I'm running against a woman who's probably the best known woman in the United States of America, all right? It's a tough fight, but we're doing pretty good.
You brought it up. I wasn't going to mention Hillary, and I'm not going to talk long, but are we in this country in danger of creating essentially monarchs of political families?